guys, welcome again. This video is going to be talking about um, being cautious about who you choose to confide in when expressing yourself uh, and sharing your experience about dealing with a narcissist. Um, Within this very diabolical disorder, a person who is not fully informed or aware of the dynamics of how this disorder carries itself out and how it affects and damages people in their lives. Basically, you're running the risk of being misinformed or not being properly understood, which in your initial, especially in your initial process, can be counterproductive in your healing phase, because a lot of people are going to give you information or going to express their opinions about it and have not a clue of what it is. They're going to come at it from the mindset of thinking that you are dealing with a normal person. They're going to come at it from the mindset of, okay, this is what you do to get over relationships like this, but they don't understand uh, the backing and the dysfunctionality behind a personality disorder. So their advice, their information in regards to assisting you is going to be way off. Okay, the things that you're saying to them isn't going to make sense to them, and they're not going to be able to fully comprehend and assess or be able to fully empathize with your situation or you, because they are thinking in a uneducated sense of what you're dealing with. So the best thing to do, guys, is to continue to research, continue to study, educating yourselves. There's some groups you can join to be in person at least, and these sort of help as well. But even while you're going through the process of healing, there are stages to healing. Okay, um, no one just overall heals in one setting. You know, there's different stages of knowledge that becomes um, understood at certain points. You know, some things you're not going to get on the onset of what's going on, and as you are healing, things begin to make more and more sense. And the key component to understand when you're healing is that the way you feel becomes different, right? If you are not noticing that your feelings are changing, the way you felt about the situation, if you're not feeling a release or a relief from how you felt initially to how you feel now, then you are not properly healing. All right? You can't just change the way you think about something and expect that, okay, because I think about this differently, I'll be okay. Changing the way you think does nothing if the feeling that still resides with it has not changed as well. You're only fooling yourself. You have to change the way you feel about something, because the feeling is going to automatically shift over to the perception of how you see it. And once that goes and coincides with the other, then you will start noticing a difference. Okay, it's one of the biggest signs of knowing when you have begun to fully change, and when you're coming out of these narcissistic experience. It takes it's a process. It's a time. There's time to be taken. There's knowledge to be gained. There's information to be assessed, so that you may be able to postulate on these things overall, collectively, through your experiences with a narcissist, and to be able to sort out what it is that you need to change, what it is that you didn't understand from the interaction with them, and then start working on creating those boundaries to not allow these things to come back and affect you later or at another point. But through the healing process, um, the biggest thing that I can say is uh, keep yourself in line with those who understand what this disorder is, what you've went through, how it works, how it, you know, the ins and outs of it, because again, the normal person isn't gonna quite get it, isn't gonna really understand what you're meaning, what you're talking about. And this is the part where a lot of people can feel like they're the ones that's crazy, or they're the ones that's off, or they're the ones that's a narcissist, because the narcissist is deceiving you from the onset anyway. You're being deceived by them. You're being tricked and manipulated by them. And then when you go to a normal person that lacks the education and the knowledge of how this disorder plays itself out, they're not going to get it either. So when you're trying to explain this to them, it even further, you know, works to make you seem or seem more destabilized, at least, because no one really gets it. So now it feels like you're trapped in your own world. Now it feels like maybe it's just you, and this is how a lot of you go back and forth, recycling this cycle of abuse, because you don't have a clear understanding of what you're dealing with, and no one around you has a clear understanding as well. So it is important, stay in tune with the information, stay grounded to the knowledge. You can never get enough knowledge, contrary to what a lot of people may think. I mean, you can never get enough knowledge, and that knowledge that you get is the thing that's going to set you free and ultimately, heal you in the end. Now, it's not going to be overnight, but the more you stay in touch and in tune with it, you will get healed. Okay. Um, Again, doesn't happen overnight. So those of you who are looking at, well, I know I get it now, you know, yeah, you may very well get it, and that's fine. But there's, you have to, part of you, let's face it, part of you has to change as well. That's really the key element there, to being able to make sure that you are not um, recycling this type of interaction, where you're not going back and forth with this. So I would encourage that, make sure you're still studying, make sure you stay in tune with the knowledge, make sure you're getting knowledge, and, the different, methods, ways of how to cope with these situations to, you know, make your future and your interactions with people a lot smoother. That's all I have to say for this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. The support is always needed. Hit that like button, hit the thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at ASSC Direct. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and have a good one.